This is an absolutely intriguing story, and I wasn't entirely sure what to expect. I almost deliberately had avoided almost knowing about this, actually. But I've obviously read the novelisation many years ago. But I suppose that there was part of my psyche that had avoided remembering too much about it so I could be pleasantly surprised. And I'm really pleasantly surprised. And I'm surprised in a level that surprises me all over again. That's surprise squared. That's very exciting. The cliffhanger here is brilliantly gruesome. I mean, that's as good a bit of body horror as we've seen since the Mondasian Cybermen, even. I mean, that was quite bleak in an appropriately Who way. I mean, that's a good hide behind the sofa moment. That was a really, really fine cliffhanger. I think the fact that we've got nuanced characters here, I can't remember a time where we had a supporting cast where there were a good number of characters that had different, contrasting motivations, weren't just ciphers. That's really interesting, and just goes to show what you can do when you're actually trying to put together a proper story. I think that something that struck me here is the plethora of sort of moments. And I was trying to think when I was watching it, have we had that sort of directing? Is it the editing? No, it must be the directing. But like the bit where, and I assume this is done for practical reasons because there's only so far you can drag two cast members on a go-kart. But that bit where the Doctor and Tegan were being pulled along, and there was like snapshots, really potent images actually in this story. People being dragged through the earth. I think that effect, it's a shame. I think that effect wants to be better than it is. The moment where the guy gets beaten up, by the rebels, the looting, all of this hangs together really, really well. And what I like most of all is I actually feel I've had some character development from a companion here. So we've had Turlo, who makes the point that he has been coded as sort of cowardly, even though that hasn't hold true. But we actually have that coming to the surface, that becoming a character moment. The bits with Tegan and the Doctor here are really lovely because, in all honesty, the affection the Doctor has for Tegan is quite unlike anything the Doctor's had for a companion since maybe the first Doctor. I mean, to be fair, Tom could be stroppy with his companions, but I really, and Tegan says, he's my responsibility. What a lovely way to frame their relationship. That's absolutely fabulous. There are some things that don't quite work here. I wish the Tractators didn't speak. I think there was a moment in this where I was prepared to do an arc in space, as I think I made reference to last time, and just to ignore the fact that the Tractators aren't the greatest realised visual effect in the series history. The moment where they're talking to Plantagenet in the weird, Libby's got a hanging plant pot thing that looks like exactly the same as what Plantagenet is locked in. But that was a shame because I don't think those Tractators needed to talk. There's ways around that. They could have told the story without those moments, probably, I would have thought, somehow. But my gosh, what a late blossoming for this era of Doctor Who. This is surely, I'm sure I've read somewhere that Davison came to, if not regret, then start to second guess whether he did want to leave because the quality of the writing got substantially better, but at that point it was too late to change his mind. Well, I think it was probably stories like this that did the job. And it's just really, really impressive stuff. What an absolute delight. What more can I say?